The Wildlings, the Night's Watch, and the North. How big is each army, and how powerful are they really? Mance Raider's horde of free folk in 299 AC is estimated by Jon Snow to be 30 to 40,000 strong while he is traveling with them, including the elderly, women, and children. Saturn, with a full view of the army from the top of the wall, estimates it at 100,000. The Free Folk are defeated by Stannis and the Night's Watch in the battle beneath the wall. According to Stannis, the Free Folk outnumbered his soldiers 20 to 1, putting the total number of Free Folk warriors at around 16,000, as Stannis defeated them solely with cavalry, and his troops possessed 800 horses. Free Folk military forces included hundreds of giants, many skin changers, and over 100 war mammoths. Later, Tormund leads 3,119 Free Folk through the gates of the wall at Castle Black. Many of the Free Folk follow Mother Mole to Hardhome. Sixskins believes the number to have been hundreds, but Bowen Marsh later reports that more than 6,000 wildlings are at Hardhome. The Thens have at least 300 soldiers, all equipped with bronze weapons and armor. 96 are killed assaulting Castle Black, and an unknown number are killed in the battle beneath the wall. 200 are still sworn to Sigorn in the aftermath. The numbers of the Night's Watch have long been dwindling. During Aegon's conquest, the Night's Watch numbered 10,000 strong. However, by 298 AC, their strength had dwindled to less than 1,000. Of these 1,000, 600 are stationed at Castle Black, 200 at the Shadow Tower, and even fewer at Eastwatch. In 299 AC, Jeor Mormont, Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, organizes the Great Ranging, leading 200 men from Castle Black to be joined by 100 men from the Shadow Tower. Of these 300 men, only 14 survive and return to the wall. When the new Lord Commander is chosen, 588 tokens are cast, with only one brother not voting, indicating that the strength of the Night's Watch, as a result from the attack on the Fist of the First Men and the attacks made by the Free Folk on numerous locations along the wall, number less than 600 men. And in late 233 AC, when Sir Brynden Rivers was sent to the wall, 200 men went with him. Many of them were archers from his personal guard. A semi-canon source from 2005 states that the North has perhaps 45,000 soldiers, though gathering them all takes a lot of time due to the size of the land and the low population density. According to George Martin, the North's military strength is about equal to that of the Vale and Dorne. Since Brandon the Burner burned his father's fleet, the North has had no strength at sea. But in more recent times, House Manderley has begun the construction of a new fleet, which counts about 46 ships by the first half of 300 AC. Possibly the effort of gathering an army in the North is reflected in the size of the armies gathered by the Starks. During Aegon's conquest, the North marched to war with an army of about 30,000. Roughly a century later, during the Dance of the Dragons, Lord Roderick Dustin led a group of Northmen called the Winter Wolves, numbering 2,000 strong, south to take part in the war. And Lord Cregan Stark followed much later, but he also brought a much larger army. Recently, during the War of the Five Kings, Robb gathered an army of about 12,000 at Winterfell. These 12,000 include 2,300 men from Carhold under the command of House Karstark, which had about 2,000 foot soldiers and 300 horses. In total, the host of 12,000 counts 300 to 400 knights, 3,000 northern cavalry. When the Stark host marches, others join them along the King's Road, and by the time the host reaches Moat Cailin, it is about 18,000 strong. House Manderley adds another 1,500 men, bringing the total to 19,500. By the time they get to the Twins, Robb's host consists of about 20,000 northern soldiers. Considering their placement on the map, the additional 500 likely came from House Flint of Flint's Finger, south of Moat Cailin. An unknown number of men have been left at Moat Cailin, and an additional 400 have been left at the Twins. Joined by 4,000 men from House Frey from the Riverlands, Robb Stark splits the northern host and takes 9/10 of his cavalry to River Run. He is joined on the road there by forces from House Mallister and others, which swells the host to some 6,000 men. With these men, Robb Stark fights in the battle in the Whispering Wood and later the Battle of the Camps. Meanwhile, the other 10th of the Northern Cavalry marches with the Northern Foot under the leadership of Lord Roose Bolton, where he fights the battle on the Green Fork against House Lannister. Bolton ends up retreating and later during the war is known to have 10,000 soldiers under his command. A large number of these 10,000, equaling 1/3 of Robb's infantry, are lost after the battle at Duskendale. In the meantime, after Winterfell has fallen to Theon, Roderick Castle raises an army of near 2,000 Northmen to retake the castle. However, he is betrayed by 600 Boltons in the battle. Robb Stark leads 3,500 veterans from the Whispering Wood north from River Run to the Twins, and Roose Bolton marches with some 6,100 men toward the Twins, but comes under attack by Gregor Clegane on the southern side when crossing the Trident. About 2,000 men are either drowned or slain, taken captive, or flee, and Roose leaves another 600 men behind at the Ruby Ford. According to Robb, when he joins his 3,500 with the men Roose Bolton brings, and the men of House Frey, their numbers equal more than 12,000. And from the roughly 20,000 Northmen who marched south with Robb at the start of the war, only 1 in 5 returned north, most of them from House Bolton. According to Theon Greyjoy, Roose later has 6,000 men or more at Winterfell. In 300 AC, the northern mountain clans march to battle, and Jon Snow, who's Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, believes 2,000 or 3,000 men might take the field. The Northmen have an easier time during the march than the 1,500 South men, and according to Jon, the army dwindles as it becomes southbound at a crofter's village in the Wolfswood during their march on Winterfell. So there you have it. Those are the 3 main northern armies and their military strength. Which of those do you think is the most powerful? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.